Hello everybody, this is Mega Goal number 5, third secondary, unit 1, 2 is better than 1. This is 11 form, meaning and function, pages 16 and 17. الدرس الأخير في الوحدة الأولى, pages 16 and 17, and mainly this lesson is a revision of something that you have already studied. عادة هذا الدرس عبارة عن مراجعة لأشياء درستوها من قبل. So I promise you that this lesson will be an easy one. بيكون جدا سهل. Okay, now let's take a look at the objectives. The first one we should be able to compare between the simple present versus the present progressive. بنقارن بينهم also بالمضارع البسيط والمضارع المستمر. And 2, we have to learn, or we have memorized by heart anyways, words connected with museums and galleries, كلمات لها علاقة بالمتاحف أو صالات العرض. And the third objective, we should express enthusiasm with intensifier and adjectives. بنعبر عن الحماس باستخدام الانتنسيفاير اللي هم مثل very, quite and extremely. بتشوفونها بعدين. Anyways, please move on to page number 16. Okay, and take a look at today's lesson. 2 is better than 1. 11, form, meaning and function. Okay, let's start with the first one, which is the simple present, page number 16. Before I start, I'd like to say something قبل ما أبدأ, that this lesson I've explained it in details in first secondary. شرحتها بالتفصيل في سنة أولى. If you want more information about simple present and present progressive, I'm gonna add the link of the video below. راح أضيفها في description box. You can go back to this video and revise the simple present versus the present progressive. تقدرون تراجعونهم. Anyways, إنه أنا بحط لكم رابط حق أول ثانوي لأني شرحته بالتفصيل في الدescription box وممكن ترجعون له بالتفصيل. Now the simple present tense, okay, the first thing, the uses, okay, الاستخدامات. We use the simple present when we are talking about facts and things which are true in general. نتكلم عن حقائق والأشياء اللي معظم الوقت صحيحة. حقائق مثلا إن شيء اليوم صح، بكرة بيصير نفسه، بعد بكرة بإذن الله نفسه، أمس نفسه، فهذه حقائق. For example, the sun rises from the east. طبعا rises اللي هي the verb in the simple present, and the sentence is a fact. الجملة حقيقة، الشمس بإذن الله طبعا تشرق من الشرق. So rises is the simple present form of the verb. وانتوا عارفين simple present form of the verb with the third person singular مع it, to, she, وهي، أو المفرد بشكل عام ياخذ الفعل is. Also, we use the simple present when we talk about future timetable or schedule. لما يكون عندنا مثلا خطط مستقبلية بس تكون scheduled مجدولة. مثلا في الطيران, my flight from Dubai to London leaves at 8 tomorrow. So leaves here is the verb is in which tense? In the simple present, because we're talking about future timetable or schedule. شيء مجدول له. خلاص. في المستقبل بس استخدم الزمن المضارع. Also, we use the simple present with exclamations. Okay, exclamation اللي هي علامة يعني الجمل اللي فيها تعجب. For example, here, then. I have an example here for you. For example, can I have the check, please? Of course, sir. Here you are. So are is in the simple present. Yes, and this is an exclamation sentence. Okay, where are my glasses? There they are. Are is in the simple present. Okay, so this is the simple present tense. Now, if I want to explain to you before we start comparing between the simple present والpresent progressive قبل ما نقارن, بكتب لكم جملة توضح لكم الفرق بين simple present والpresent progressive. For example, I say, I live in UAE. UAE, United Arab Emirates, you know it. But now, okay, I am living. Yes, living in where? In Saudi Arabia, or KSA, Saudi Arabia. Right? So here we have two actions, اللي هو two verbs, which is live and am living. Okay, live here is in the simple present. Okay, in the simple present, right? Yes. And am living, okay, let me just write it down. Am living, okay, it which is in the, طبعا حذفت الإي لما ضفت ing, which is in the present progressive. Okay, present progressive, المضارع المستمر. Here I live in UAE. This is talking about a permanent situation, وضع دائم. فاستخدمت simple present. I'm living in Saudi Arabia right now. This is a temporary situation, وضع مؤقت. فاستخدمت مع المضارع المستمر، بيستمر لفترة في مؤقتة في الحاضر. طبعا لو تلاحظون live اللي هي verb simple present form اللي هي صيغة الفعل في المضارع، مثل ما قلت لكم إذا كان مع I, they, we and you بدون اس أو مع الجمع، مع third person singular أو المفرد she, he, it ياخذ الفعل اس. خلاص، يعني live or lives اعتمادا على subject، على الفعل. I'm living اللي هي عبارة عن verb to be in the present, which is, am or are based on the subject بناء على الفاعل plus the verb in the basic form. طبعا لما نضيف الفعل ing يكون الفعل الأصلي، يعني the basic form بدون أي إضافات، أضيف له ing وأضيف له بطريقة صحيحة. مثلا هنا live قاعدة معروفة أني أحذف الإي وأضيف ing. So you understand right now the difference between the present simple and the present progressive، الفرق بينهم. Now let's move on to the next one, okay, which is what we are gonna focus on، اللي بنركز عليه اللي هي المقارنة بين simple present and present progressive. Simple present is used to talk about habits or routine، عادة أو شيء روتيني، مثلا شيء أسويها يوميا، شيء أسويها مثلا every day, every week، أو عادة عندي خلاص I wake up at 6 o'clock every day، عادة. While the present progressive is we use it for situation or actions occurring now or temporary situation، وضع مؤقت أو قاعد يصير الآن. Let's take a look at the sentence here. نشوف المثال. Badr usually eats takeout, but today he is cooking dinner. طبعا we have two actions. Eats اللي هي في simple present، وهنا عادة بدر يأكل من الخارج. طبعا هذا عادة فاستخدم المضارع. لكن اليوم he is cooking قاعد يطبخ الحين dinner. So this is a temporary situation. So that's why عشان كده استخدمت مع الوضع المؤقت ل present progressive. ل present progressive اللي هي المضارع المستمر. Also we use the present progressive for changing or developing situation مع الأشياء اللي قاعد تتغير. For example, more and more students are sharing apartments to save money while they study. So are sharing apartment إن الناس الحين الطلاب قاعدين يشاركون في الشقق لأنه in order to save money عشان يوفرون المال. واضح؟ طبعا مثل ما انتم ملاحظين this is a developing or changing situation. خلاص. Now also the last thing we will talk about in the present progressive. Present progressive طبعا استخدمها مع كلمات مثل always, continually and constantly، بس مشروط بإيش؟ to describe an ongoing annoying situation or habit. إلا استخدمها مع always دائما أو بشكل مستمر مع الصفات المزعجة اللي مستمرة. مثلا أعطيكم مثال. He is always asking his brother to lend him money. لو تلاحظين is always asking هنا present progressive مع always، بس أنا هنا قاعد أصف إيش أسوي؟ قاعد أصف تصرف مزعج وقاعد يستمر أو عادة مزعجة مستمرة. Is that clear? So we use it with always, continually, constantly to describe an ongoing or annoying situation on habit. The last thing I'm gonna mention is regarding some of the verbs which are not used with the progressive form. بعض الأفعال ما أستخدمها نهائيا مع progressive form اللي هي المستمر، سواء ماضي مستمر أو مضارع مستمر. هذول الأفعال عادة لها علاقة بالمشاعر. for example believe, think, know, remember, like, hate, want, prefer, see, hear, feel, seem. طبعا ممكن تقولون احنا سمعنا I'm thinking. هنا I'm thinking ممكن تجي يعني إذا أنت تفكرين، بس إنه مثلا when we are talking about opinion تعطين رأيك ما تقولين I'm thinking، خطأ يعني خلاص. You say I think. Now I'm liking, this is not acceptable. She is hating, wrong. So these verbs they are not used with the progressive form. ما يستخدم. For more verbs ممكن ترجعون إلى صفحة 16 كل الأفعال مكتوبة عندكم. خلاص. Now let's move on to the next one, which is now I'm showing you the page, which is page number 16. I'm gonna do just one exercise from this exercise A. I just want to set an example for you, بس أبي أوريكم مثال. Here you have to read the telephone conversation between Badr and his brother Fahad. Complete this conversation with the correct form of the word, and the parentheses use either the present simple or the present progressive. محادثة تليفونية بين فهد وبين أخوه. مطلوب منكم إنكم تكملونها إما بالمضارع المستمر أو الماضي المستمر. طبعا دائما وأبدا أقول حق طالباتي إنهم يعني يفهمون السؤال، لأن فهم السؤال جزء من الإجابة. So بتعرفون أنتوا already تعرفون متى أستخدم المضارع البسيط ومتى أستخدم المضارع المستمر. Let's take a look. Hi Badr, how are you? طبعا be معناها verb to be is are, am, or was, or were حسب الزمن. How is things in New York? To tell you the truth, Fahad, not so good. It's my flatmate عدنان, a flatmate زميلة في الشقة عدنان. I was really excited about sharing us a flat, but not do any chore. طبعا هذا عادة أو something يعني routine، and فهنا عادة simple present. But he not do, he doesn't do. Okay, طبعا doesn't do any chores. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so that's clear, doesn't do. Now move to page number 17. We will talk about words which are connected with museums and galleries. بس مجرد يعني كلمات لها علاقة بالمتاحف وصالات العرض. You can just go through them in details and translate them. يعني مروا عليها بالتفصيل ويعني بس ترجموها. These words are actually يعني given to you to improve your speaking، عشان الواحد يحفظ له ويكون عنده يحفظ له كلمات، ويكون عنده في الفوكابلري بانك عنده مجموعة من الكلمات، وبرضو ممكن تطور من مهارة speaking عندك. Now I've translated them. يعني حاولت إني أترجمهم لكم. I hope they are clear. Archaeological اللي الكلمات اللي لها علاقة بالأشياء الأثرية such as history, culture, antiques, poetry, jewelry, exhibition, ruins. Okay. Technology such as technology, space, robots, science, seminars, 3D digital cinema showing, scientific documentaries, educational books. National, like antiques, manuscripts, documents, state-of-the-art, informative exhibits, interactive displays. So you just go through them and memorize them. خلاص? Or practice them in your daily speaking أو استخدموهم في محادثاتكم اليومية. Now let's move on to expressing enthusiasm with intensifier and adjectives. Okay? Let's move on. First, I want to explain to you the meaning of that. Move to page number 17. And right now we will discuss how to express enthusiasm with intensifier and adjective. خلاص اللي هي التعبير عن الحماس. خلاص. We mean by intensifier adverbs اللي هي adverbs. okay اللي هي الحال such as مثل very, quite, really and extremely. خلاص جدا جدا حقا تعرفونهم دول الكلمات these are adverbs. دول adverbs يجون قبل أحيانا adjective الصفة beautiful, for example old, and so مثلا they are used to make the adjective stronger. ليه؟ عشان نخلي الصفات أقوى. I'll give you an example. Science is very interesting. So this is an intensifier or an adverb جات قبل الصفة. This is an adjective to make the adjective stronger عشان تخليها أقوى. Okay? Let's see. I just want to draw to your attention to something. It is a fascinating story. خلاص, this is singular. So with singular I use the article either a or an. اللي هي a أو an. And with quite هنا لازم تجي قبل الارتيكل. الارتيكل اللي هي إما a أو an مع singular. مثلا نقول a good book, a good story. خلاص. So quite تجي قبل الارتيكل في حالة المفرد. خلاص, story مفرد, one story. This is something that was explained in your books and I thought that I should mention it. ذكر في كتابكم وفكرت إنه لازم أقولها. So you understood right now what's the purpose of using intensifiers to express enthusiasm عشان أعبر عن الحماس مع adjective, or in other words to make the adjective stronger عشان نخلي الصفات أقوى, ويجون طبعا قبل الصفات, وهذولي very, quite, really, extremely. خلاص. But actually these intensifier very, really, extremely, absolutely, really and quite, okay, these intensifier they come with certain types of adjectives. خلاص. We have adjectives which are called gradable adjectives اللي هي صفات قابلة للتقدير, and non-gradable adjective اللي هي صفات غير قابلة للتقدير. قابلة للتقدير غير قابلة للتقدير. قابلة للتقدير such as expensive, old, beautiful, important, good, interesting, small. استخدم معهم very, really, extremely. This is an extremely good book. خلاص. Right? This is very beautiful. This is really expensive. خلاص. Here, but with non-gradable, I can use absolutely, really, and quite. Such as amazing, priceless, ancient, crucial, tiny, and massive. الأفعال اللي هي صفات غير قابلة للتقدير. For more adjectives, you can go to page number 17. ممكن ترجعون صفحة 17 for more adjectives. فهنا لو تلاحظون إن really تستخدم مع gradable adjectives and non-gradable adjective, مع الصفات القابلة للقياس والغير قابلة للقياس. مثلا ما أقدر I cannot say it is a very amazing book. خطأ. I cannot say it. Because amazing is non-gradable adjective, فلازم أستخدم معها absolutely, really or quite. I cannot say this is absolutely old. خطأ, لأن old is gradable وما تجي معها. فأنا شرحتها لكم بس بسرعة, بس إنه you can go to page number, I'm guessing 17, and you can take a look here. We have gradable adjectives and non-gradable adjective, and you can just read with your teacher the description here and to understand what we mean by gradable and non-gradable adjectives. Okay, so memorize them by heart. Okay, go through them with your teacher. ارجعوا لهم مع معلمتكم, and you could see that real can be used with gradable and non-gradable. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm just gonna look at exercise C right now. فقط راح أطلع على exercise C, and I'm just gonna explain it to you. Okay, now letter C, you are asked to look at the information about the National Museum of Saudi Arabia and write sentences using the prompts use the present simple tense. Okay. طبعا عندي هنا information, you can read them, and after reading you have to complete here the sentences using the present simple tense. Okay. So you can pause the video, try to read the information. I'm just gonna do them right now with you, the first one and probably the second one as well. Let's see. Visiting times for families. Visiting time for families are, from the information here, are طبعا تستخدمون simple present Sunday, Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 3:30 in the afternoon until 9:30 in the evening. خلاص. طبعا المفروض انكم تعرفون كيف تقرؤون الساعة. Okay. Now visiting time for women. Women can visit a museum on Tuesdays mornings from 9 until 3 p.m. مثل ما موضح عندكم. Now number 3, you are asked, this is the last one I'm gonna do with you, آخر واحدة. Visiting time for school groups, مجموعات المدارس أو الرحلات المدرسية. The museum is open for school groups from Sunday through Thursday. Okay. So number 4, 5, 6, you can do them by yourself. You just have to write the sentences in the simple present. Okay. Or present simple, both of them are accurate. That's it for today's lesson. هذا هو الدرس اليوم. الحين we have finished unit number 1. خلصنا unit number 1, thank God, and I hope that you found the explanation very clear. أتمنى أن كان الدرس والشرح واضح. Don't forget to subscribe, share the video with your friend, leave me a comment in the comment box below if you have any question, and give me the thumb up. Okay, I'll see you next class.